Hi, I'm Chad with Move for Guitar. This lesson is from our series Guitar Chords for Beginners. In this lesson, I'm going to show you how to play an open D7sus4 chord. First off, if you'd like to get the diagram for this chord, the chord chart, you can click the link on the screen and it'll take you to an eGuide that you can download for free. And this eGuide includes this chord as well as a whole bunch of other beginner chords that are really useful to learn. It has really common beginner chords as well as less common ones. And not only do I show you how to play the chords, give you diagrams for those, but I show you how to put the chords together into chord progressions. So it includes a whole bunch of chord progressions that I have taken from the chords in the eGuide and put them together in sequences so you can see how they go together in a musical situation, and it'll also give you ideas of how to put these chords together into your own chord progressions. So if you'd like to get that eGuide for free, just click the link on the screen and you can download that. Here's an open D7sus4 chord. And this isn't that common of a beginner chord. A lot of beginners don't seem to learn it, but it's a really useful chord and there's a lot you can do with it. So it'll be really valuable to you to learn it as a beginner. And there's a couple ways you can fret this chord depending on the anatomy of your hand and what's comfortable to you. The first way is like I'm showing you right here, which is your second finger on the third string, second fret, your first finger on the second string, first fret, and then your fourth finger on the first string, third fret. And with this chord, like a lot of D chords, open D chords, you're starting your strum on the open fourth string. So you're strumming from the fourth string down towards the fourth through the first string. You're not strumming the fifth string or the sixth string. And it's all right if you hit the fifth string a little bit, but you want to try to avoid that as much as possible. Because if you leave the fifth string in too much, this chord just becomes really muddy. So you want to try your best to start your strum on the fourth string. So the other way to finger this chord is to replace your fourth finger with your third finger. And to do that, you'll probably have to lower your thumb a lot and change the way your hand is going. So you can see my hand goes from looking like this to looking like that. And it really depends on the anatomy of your hand and the size of your hand. You know, some people might just be able to comfortably reach over like that. That's not that comfortable to me, but it just really depends. So whatever feels comfortable to you, see which fingering works best for you, whether it's with your third finger or with your fourth finger, or whether you can comfortably just do that. And the more advanced you get, the more ways you learn to finger chords. And it'll just depend on what chords you're playing before and after it, and if you're trying to reach for other notes, you know, to add other notes in. So it just depends on a lot of things, but right now you can just learn whatever's most comfortable to you. And with this chord, as well as anything you fret on the guitar, you want to be up in the fret as much as possible. So you want your fingers up towards the front fret wire, not back here towards the back fret wire, because anything you fret on the guitar, the closer you are to the front fret without being on top of it, the easier it is to get that note to ring out without putting too much pressure down. If you're back in the fret, it's going to take a lot more pressure to get the note to ring out clearly. And that's not possible with every note of every chord, but with this chord it's pretty possible to get all your fingers close to the front fret wire. And also be sure that you're on the tips of your fingers and you have a nice arch here in your joint. You don't want your fingers bent back like that, or you're not going to be able to get all the notes to ring out clearly. And with this chord, it's going to be pretty difficult to avoid blocking the fourth string or the second string with your second finger. So you have to really be careful with your second finger not to block out the fourth or the second string. That is most likely going to be the most difficult thing for you at first. But the more you do it, the easier it'll become to you. So just really make sure that you're on the tip of that finger. So when you think you have the chord, just strum through starting on the fourth string. And if you hear anything that sounds muted or buzzing like that, you just adjust your fingers over and over again until you can get all the notes to ring out clearly. And like I said, if you like the chord chart for this, as well as a bunch of other beginner chords and chord progressions, click the link on the screen and you can download that eGuide for free, and it'll be really useful to you as a beginner. So that's an open D7 sus4 chord.